It was in childhood that I knew actually that I wanted to be not a writer, but a painter, a visual artist. There was a French painter traveling the Caribbean, and my parents asked him to come and paint the four of us. Then at the end of it, so he hands me this bouquet of paintbrushes, and then he said, "I've been watching you, and you have talent. I'm giving you these." That became my practice, my desire, my dream. After I finished school, university and so on, and went to live in Vancouver, I was having a lot of trouble, and it was mostly around the idea of coming out. And I got in touch with Jack Shadbolt. He made several home visits, studio visits, and he started basically mentoring me. And at one point he said, "Shani, I think something's going on. Your painting is getting very, very dark." I thought, this man is seeing inside of me what I've been trying to hide. Then there was another painter called Persimmon Blackbridge. She saw the writing and she said, "Can I take the writing away?" And I said, "Sure, that way you probably understand more about my artwork." Now, unknown to me, Persimmon was taking the manuscript to a publisher. She was showing them my writing. And they basically said to me, what we would suggest is a book of short stories and/or a novel. That's basically how my first two books came about, Out on Main Street and then Serious Blooms at Night. I eventually end up writing stories that would explain something to me. I am not writing for everybody. I am writing for myself because there are those questions that I'm constantly trying to work out for myself. In terms of the photography, I don't know, something just catches my attention, and one picture will lead to another picture, and it suddenly becomes a series because I suddenly realize there's, people are telling stories in the way they curate. In Canada, I was able to come out and live as a queer person, as a lesbian, in a way that I was not able to in Trinidad. So I would like to be thought of not as a lesbian who writes, but a writer who happens to be lesbian. In Canada, we're always asking, where are you from? Where are your parents from? My ancestry is the African slave trade. My ancestry is Christopher Columbus, indigenous people in the Caribbean, Henry the Navigator, Cortez, Queen Isabella, Ferdinand, her husband, Queen Victoria, because they all had a hand in what happened to me in the end. Eric Swanwick, who was the archivist at Simon Fraser, he wanted to begin collecting the work of the younger writers of the time. He told me, he said, "You know what archivists like? You write a grocery list and they want that." And very recently, Linda Mora, who's a professor at Bishop's University, put on an exhibition of stuff from the archives that were related to me and my work. What they will get, I think, is a picture of a person who always had art and writing and culture in some way, at the forefront of their brain. That's what they were going to do.